Hi guys, Josh here, aka Beards and Books, and what I'm doing for you today is my London Comic Con haul part 2. Hope you enjoy. So in this video I want to show some great comic book indie artists that maybe you won't have heard of before. Starting with Lollipop Intent by Inherited Comics. Lollipop Intent is a great steampunk Victorian England style comic. It's set around two main characters, a blind girl who's a busker and the second character called Ten, who is essentially a robot. We're introduced to the two main characters straight away at the start. It's a punchy comic and it gets you straight in involved. The main character, Lollipop, is busking. She's playing her mandolin when Ten comes along and befriends her. The character Ten is a robotic type character. She reminds me a lot of the Stalkers from the Mortal Engine series, which if you've seen my recent videos, you'll know I'm a big fan of, so the character was really interesting. The artwork's done well, the scripting's done well. I wish I picked up more of these at Comic Con. I only got the first edition, but I will 100% be checking their website to find future releases. Next up, we've got the Moon comic book series by Beyond the Bunker. These are mental. So this is the brilliantly wacky and crazy story of how the moon fell from the sky and then spends its nights in a tux fighting crime for the British government. If you're anything like me, your first question would have been, how does the moon fall from the sky, put on a tux and decide to fight crime for the British government? I asked the artist this. Their quick and easy answer was a drunken Celtic ritual in 12 AD brought the moon down from the sky because the people that did the ritual wanted the moon to fight their enemies. Now they thought the moon would be a beautiful goddess which would just ensnare and distract their enemies, but instead they got this skinny guy in a suit with the moon for a head. Why not? So at the time of Comic Con in May, there were 5 episodes of Moon out. Each one brilliant, each one completely wacky. I have no idea what's going on half the time, but I love it. My special favourite is the limited edition swimsuit model. What more can you ask for from the moon? Next up, I've got the collection from Matt Garvey. So I met Matt at Comic Con. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Had no problem spending 10 minutes answering my questions, letting me flick through all his comics and his works. I'm going to split the Matt Garvey collection up because they're each individual comics, each with their own style and story. First one I want to talk about with the bright, lovely orange cover is The Devil in Disguise. So The Devil in Disguise is a story of how a cult tried to bring the devil back to life and it all goes wrong, as it always does. Without giving away everything, by the end of the first comic, the devil is essentially out. He is paired up with a really nice guy who's helping the devil fight crime. They share the same body, fighting the bad guys, trying to save the world so the devil can prove he's not as bad as everyone thinks. This is definitely one I'll be looking to pick more up for. The 2 editions were brilliant. I flew straight through them and I wish there was more for me to read at the time. So keep an eye out for Matt Garvey, The Devil in Disguise. Next up for my Matt Garvey collection is White Noir. Now you might not be able to see too well from there from the light, but the cover art for this one is absolutely brilliant. So in the story to White Noir, we wake up with the main character. He's just been in a car crash. He's crashed into a stag, which has come straight through his windscreen. He's got complete memory loss at this point. He has no idea who he is. And what he does is he stumbles out of the car. He's in a very rural part of America, deep in the snow, wanders into a bar where he gets a lot of help from the locals there, but it all takes a big dramatic turn at that point. One of my favourite things about White Noir, the art style is a watercolour print style. It's done very, very well and it lends itself to the noir style of comic really well. If you haven't heard of Matt Garvey, this is definitely one I'd recommend you pick up. Again, if there are any future releases, it's one I'll buy straight away. My favourite in the Matt Garvey collection would definitely be The Ether. Now this is a great comic set in a Gotham-esque city, essentially. There's a lot of crime. It's a very dark and horrible place. The story subject line definitely follows the tone set by the city. It's based in this is a very dark story where you're following a serial killer who targets children. Whilst the subject matter is very dark and it's a very intense comic, Matt Garvey does it brilliantly with his writing. The illustrators portray it very well in the artwork, and I would recommend this to any comic book fans out there, especially fans of your Batmans and your dark superhero styled comics. Side note as well, I found the main character really interesting. For an indie developer to create a character with a lot of depth was done really well. I won't spoil it, but when the mask comes off you look at the character in a completely different way, and I really hope you pick this one up and I really hope you enjoy it. So guys, I'm all done. That is my London Comic Con haul part 2 all wrapped up. I really hope you take the time to look at some of these indie artists, maybe double check their social media pages or their websites. I will leave links below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a comment or like and subscribe. A comic book video is something you'd like to see more, let me know. Speak to you soon.